Good morning and welcome to Mail Rail. In the cars getting on to press off the doors or the canopies and the sensors that will stop the train. Thank you.
Mail train. I like this little train.
Hello and welcome to Mail Rail. You're about to explore some of London's hidden underground postal railway. I'm Andy, your guide today, and I'm joined by Ray Middlesworth. Hi, Ray.
Hi. I worked here as an engineer for 27 years, keeping the trains running. And not just any old trains. This unique narrow gauge railway was designed to carry mail, not people. So if you're feeling a little cramped, that's why. Although we have a driver today, the original mail trains were driverless.
It was a huge network of automated electric trains running right under central London, carrying mail between main railway stations and sorting offices much faster than along the congested streets above our heads. And it's amazing to think construction of the railway began as far back as 1914, with the tunnels dug by hand. Work was put on hold during the First World War, but when the railway finally opened in 1927, it cut the journey time across London from a few hours to just 30 minutes.
It was an engineering marvel. Our rail ran almost non-stop, night and day, for over 75 years until 2003.
As we explore, we'll be going back in time to see tunnels, loading platforms, and a few surprises. We'll be at our first stop in a few minutes.
Hi, Dad. I like it. Yeah, it's cute. Oh, choo-choo. Yeah,
Did you spot some sandbags just then? Ray, could you tell us about that? Sandbags on the line.
That's called the sand drag. It's a pile of sand on the track designed to stop runaway trains. If they run down that hill we've just come down, that will catch them.
The platform you're about to see looks much as it did on the day it shut down in 2003. Ray, can you describe it for us?
When Mail Rail was running, this platform would be a hive of activity. You'd see people playing dance between the trains arriving, guys conversing back and forth and wheeling work up and down. It was a noisy and lively place to work.
Ray's going to tell you more about life working on the railway as we take a trip down memory lane through the many decades of Mail Rail.
Oops. Oh, wow, is that the cinema?
We're under Mount Pleasant sorting office, heading east to
Well,
Whitechapel.
the post office. See where all the post goes. In the post box. Through the door.
It was hard work down here, but we all thought we were part of something important. There was enormous team spirit.
Like that. We can have when we finish, okay?
We seemed to get ourselves in the news a lot in the 90s. It didn't hurt that Bruce Willis made a film down here called Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, it's alright.
In the 80s, we had our 60th anniversary. Along with that, we had a new brand and finally some new trains.
That's where they used to take all the posts.
I'll tell you two things that sum up the 70s. Postcodes made life a lot easier, and strikes made life not so easy.
Delivered to your house. By the comes to your door, he puts it in the postman.
The swinging 60s. Those World Cup stamps sold out after England won. There were a few celebrations down here that summer. In the 50s, air travel became much more common, and so did airmail, and that meant even more of it travelled along Mail Rail. The railway was bombed several times. This station suffered the most damage when it was hit in 1943. Amazingly, the railway was back up and running the very next day. That reflected how vital the railway had become.
Wow. Where are we going now?
The tunnel off to the left leads to Liverpool Street Station, where mail was transferred to the main railway network. Further down that tunnel, it looks like a maintenance crew is checking the flood barriers.
This side's good. What's that like?
Big heavy steel doors that close it off.
During the railway's construction, 10 men scrambled to safety when the nearby River Fleet broke into where they were digging. The barriers here were installed later, after the war, but they'd never had to be used.
Ray, there's something else here that people might be interested in. Can you tell us about that?
When we move off just up ahead, look down towards the track. You might catch a glimpse of the train graveyard where disused trains are stored. I must have walked on them sometime.
Let's go there. Let's go there. I don't be able to see him. We're going to the playground. We're going to play when we get off the train. When it stops, it tells you all about the post. It's only in the train. Oh, what's happening now? It's exciting. I can't see you. Where's your face? I can't see you. Where's your face?
Don't worry, everybody. Just a power cut. Ray, can you explain?
Power cuts happened from time to time when the railway was operational.
There he is.
We could draw power from the next station along to keep everything running. And of course, us guys in the engineering teams always kept the trains and track in good order.
Okay, on we go.
I like this. It's exciting.
Now, let's go a bit further back to the early days in the 1930s. Then there was no email, texting, or instant messaging. Whatever the message, it was sent through the post. So there was a lot of mail to move.
Do you want to sit with me? Do you want to sit right to Sarah? Come on then, come and sit with me. It's okay. It's okay. You're on the train ride. It's good.
Trainloads of mail arrived at every station, every few minutes, with less than 60 seconds to unload and reload.
He's telling you where the
Let's follow a few of those letters.
Yeah.
This is the Colonel. He's writing to the famous poet W.H. Jordan at the GPO Film Unit. This is Kathleen. She's keeping in touch with her sweetheart in the Navy. And this is Mary.
Look, Mary.
Her letter is very special because it's going to a princess.
You've got a great nanny, Mary.
Darling
They're going to
bird,
post their letters.
that navy is keeping you away from me for far too long, and everyone says the war's coming. I do hope they're wrong.
Dear Mr. Baldwin, I feel compelled to express my admiration for your work on the recent film about the night mail postal train.
Dear Princess Elizabeth, I am sending you a a birthday card because my birthday is on the same day. I hope you will enjoy living in Buckingham Palace. I wish my dad was the king like yours. Does he love fun all the time?
To Buckingham Palace, where the Queen lives. What were them letters? What are they going to do with them letters?
A Royal Highness, eh? Must be important.
They put it in the tunnels. And they put it in the postbag. And then it gets delivered to your house. Like your birthday cards. You get one, you're going to get a birthday card in the post.
I hope this gets to you in time for your birthday. I suppose you get lots of letters every day. Please read this one. Yours sincerely, Mary Reid, age 11.
I look forward to your next production with keen interest. Keep up the good work. Yours sincerely, Colonel Arthur Bingley Crouch.
Do you like writing
Retired.
letters?
Must go now, or I shall be late for work. Those frocks won't sell themselves. Take good care of yourself, Bert, my love. Kisses.
Yeah.
Your sweetheart,
We're going now.
Kathleen.
We're moving again.
So those 3 letters all got delivered quickly and safely. And so did the other 4 million which travelled along rail each and every day.
You could say that Melrose was the beating heart of the British postal system.
Wow. Back in the tunnel. All the letters. From the postman. Postman Pat. Heavenly. Postman Pat. Yeah. And then we're going to post our own letters in the postbox when we get upstairs, You've been on the bus, and now the train. More buses. More buses. And then we're going to go home. And post the letters. Me and you are going to go and post the letters in the post box. We're going to post it. Okay. Yeah. And you can tell Auntie Selina.
I hope you've enjoyed your tour of London's hidden postal railway.
Yeah.
It was unique, and I love being part of the great team keeping the railway running.
We hope you'll enjoy exploring the rest of the exhibition just as much.
We're finished
Goodbye.
now.
Goodbye.
We're finished now. We're going to get off. Did you like that? We get our bags and we're going to go upstairs and I'm going to show you where we're going to put them.